Namaste, welcome to the Group 1 Service Orientation classes conducted by TSAT. So, congratulations to all the participants who are qualified for this examination, for the mains examination. So, as you know that we have 6 papers, each paper carries 150 marks. If you score more than 600 marks in the examination, so you will qualify for the Group 1 mains examination. Okay. So, writing in the data or the required answer in a clear and crystal manner helps you to score maximum marks. Your answer should be very clear, informative, at the same time it should be very precious. That is a very important. So, if you observe the questions, you have to write what you are going to write the information is in accurate way. So, that kind of analytical expression is very important. So, today we are going to discuss about the science and technology area, which comes under the paper 5. So, now we will see the various trends happens in the present system. So, mostly you have to observe previous 6 months news items. So, any innovations or discovery or anything happens, you have to make clear notes about it. So, today we are going to discuss about the science and technology, the Vihangam drone technology and safety equipment. So, Vihangam drone technology in 2021, the aviation ministry permitted to the CMPDI means Central Mine Planning and Design Institute to use drone technology in the coal fields of India. The following the order, the Mahanadi coal fields in Odisha operating under the coal ministry recently introduced the drones in their fields. The drone system and its portal have been named as Vihangam. Under this, authorized persons can access drones at an internet speed of 40 Mbps. So, here especially the drone system which are used in Mahanadi coal fields of Orissa is named as Vihangam drone technology. So, actually in 2021, the aviation ministry permitted the CMPDI means Central Mine Planning and Design Institute to use this drone technology in the coal fields of India to identify the operation done in the coal field area and different coal fields and their functioning. So, everything will be observed by the drone system, but so only authorized persons can access these drones with the using of internet speed of 40 Mbps. Okay. So, here MCL introduced this is very important. MCL introduced a robotic nozzle water sprayer. This is very important. Apart from drone technology, the MCL also introduced a robotic nozzle water sprayer. The robo is used to dust suppression and firefighting. The robo can reach heights of 70 meters and spray water in the form of mist. It also has a rotating nozzle. Its tank capacity is 28 kiloliters. The dust from mining activities disperses in the air and increases the particle pollution. Long-term exposure to these particles and inhaling them continuously leads to lung-related problems. A woman can only inhale particles that are less than 10 microns in size. The dust particles from coal fields are huge compared to this permissible size and are visible to the naked eye. Therefore, it is essential to spray water to push the dust to the ground. As the dust particles become wet, they become heavy and settle down on the ground by gravity. So, this is the reason, maybe you understand it. So, MCL is introduced the robotic nozzle water sprayer. So, this nozzle water, why we are using nozzle means here in coal fields, dust will comes up, and when you inhale the dust particles means it is very dangerous to our health. As you know that the rubber is used to dust suppression and fire fighting. If of course any fire happens, these nozzle sprayers, nozzle water sprayers will reduce the fire. Okay, and this nozzle water sprayer, it can move up to 70 meters, height of 70 meters. At the same time, the water tank capacity for this robo nozzle water sprayer is 28 kiloliters. The dust from mining activities disperse in the air and increase the particle pollution, as you know that. The long term exposure to these particles, inhaling them continuously, just now I discussed as a lung related problem. It gives a lung related problems. Actually, a human can inhale particles that are less than 10 microns in size. 10 microns means here 10 to the power minus 6 actually. Clear? But the dust particles from the coal fields are, when you compare with the human can inhale the particle sizes 10 power minus 6 or 10 microns, you know. But the dust particles which are generated in the coal fields are huge compared to the permissible size and other visible. You can see those particles even with the naked eye also. Therefore, it is very essential to spray water to push the dust into the ground. As the dust particle becomes wet, they become heavy and settle down on the ground by the gravity. That is the reason MCL is introduced this robotic nozzle water sprayer also, including a drone. Okay. Then what is the role of drones in the coal fields? That is very, very important. In Mahanadi coal field of Orissa, they use these drones, correct? So then what is the role of drones in the coal fields? That is very important. Drones provide information about mining conditions and information about the quarry. So what is the mining position there in the coal fields and how the quarry is there? That information will give, the drones will provide it. And they aid in data collection. So they support, these drones will support for the data collection, and it gives aerial photography. So a coal field aerial photography also will be done by this using drones, and you can done the mining mapping, correct? Mine mapping also. The real time updates about mining operations and stockpile management, inspection, monitoring of the coal field activities, tailing dam management. Dams used to store by products from the mining process are called tailing dams actually. So these are the things can be done by the drones which are used in the coal fields. We can get the information about mining conditions and information about the quarry, and we can collect the data. We will done the aerial photography. We can mine mapping, the real time updates about mining operations, stockpile management is also done, inspection monitoring also done, tailing dam management also can be done in this one. Okay. Now, so this is one more important phenomena happens, that is liquid windows. This is liquid windows. So generally the question will comes, squids like catfish, cuttlefish changes colors, as everyone knows that. Squids like cuttlefish changes color. Inspired by this organism and their color changing mechanism, Toronto University developed a fluidic system called liquid windows. The main objective of this system is to reduce the energy cost. It targets decreasing the energy consumed during certain process like lighting the buildings and heating and cooling. So that is generally they may ask the question on liquid windows. Then we will see what are liquid windows. This is very important. Liquid windows have basically stacked sheets used as room windows. Each layer in the stack has a specific optic function, meaning they allow only a particular type of wavelength to pass through them. By controlling these stacks individually or collectively, the scientists control the following parameters: intensity of the light, wavelengths of the light entering to the room, light scattering. So, these they will see the intensity of the light and wavelength of the light which are entering into the room, the light scattering. Okay. And very important thing, these stacks are made of with plastic. Between stacks there are thick channels. Fluids are passed through these channels. Fluids are added or removed by using pumps. Light transmission through the system is optimized through the amount of liquid or fluid in the stacks. This is the function of these liquid windows. How the liquid windows works? What is the principle involved in the working principle of liquid windows? The main principle is to control the natural light entering into the room. Building consumes lots of energy for cooling, heating and illuminating a room space. By controlling the direction of solar rays, the type of solar rays and the amount of solar energy entering into the room, the temperature and illumination of the room can be controlled. This is very, very important. So, we want to control the light, illumination or temperature of the room. So, generally this liquid window will control all these things here. So, it controls the natural light which is entering into the building or the room. And it consumes lots of energy for cooling, heating and illuminating the room space. In this principle, the liquid windows are generally works. Okay. Then this is one more important phenomena happens in the biological science area. The study in is veterinary antimicrobial use. Okay. The Indian Journal of Medical Research that India is developing the highest resistance to antimicrobial drugs in the rest of the world. In India, antimicrobial resistance is increasing in food, animals and humans as well. In 2020, the AMU of India was 43% than the global average, and by 2030, this is to increase by 40%. So, recently as per from the resources of Indian Journal of Medical Research, IJMR, the India is developing the highest resistance of antimicrobial drugs in the rest of the world. This is one more important phenomena happens in the medical grounds or medical field especially in India. What is antimicrobial resistance? This is a very important. What is antimicrobial resistance? As per the World Health Organization definitions, AMR means antimicrobial resistance as a drug resistance gained by the bacteria, fungi, viruses and other microorganisms. The microorganisms that become resistant to antimicrobial are referred as superbugs. Maybe you understand this here. So, recently what will happen? So, antimicrobial resistance is increasing, correct? So, as per the World Health Organization, so antimicrobial resistance as a drug resistance. So, they are gaining these bacteria, fungi, virus and other microorganisms gain this drug resistance. So, that convert these bacteria, fungi, virus, all these as superbugs. About the AMR in India, so if you want to say about this one, the resistance level is increasing at the rate of 5 to 10% every year. Today, 70,000 Indian citizens are gaining resistance to AMR per year. The number of expected to increase 10 million by 2050. The AMR will affect economic growth. GDP will fall by 2 to 3.5% and the livestock revenue will reduce by 3 to 8%. India is the largest producer of milk in the world, as everyone knows, and also has huge potential in poultry and animal husbandry. The AMR will affect India's growth in these areas. This is a very when the antimicrobial resistance is increasing, so generally we will lose, especially in the poultry, animal husbandry and milk productions. So this is a very important phenomenon, we have to take care about it. So if you want to write about this antimicrobial resistance, so you have to write what is antimicrobial resistance, and you have to say how, what are the phenomena, what are the changes, what is the significance of AMR in India. You have to write all this information. Okay. Then what are the steps taken for this AMR? There is a national action plan for AMR was launched. This is the first one. And ICMR, antibiotic stewardship program, also going to be launched. And strict ban on drugs increasing AMR by DGCI now and then as required. So that kind of drugs will be banned. Strict ban on drugs increasing, so reducing that production of the drugs also are very important. These are the steps. First one is there should be a national action plan for AMR was launched. That's the first one. And second one is ICMR's antibiotic stewardship program, and third one is strict ban on drugs increasing AMR by DGCI now and then as required. Next one is this is one more important phenomena happens in our surroundings. As you know that China's Baidu may launch ChatGPT style 𝗂𝗍𝗶. The Baidu is a Chinese based technology company. It offers popular research in search engine in China called Baidu, BAIDU. The major search engine like Google are banned. Everyone knows it. In China, the Google was banned. Search engine Google was banned there. To make give a competition to that, China developed a search engine called as Baidu. The company works on artificial intelligence. Actually, this works on artificial intelligence and internet related products. The headquarters of this company is in Beijing. The company is one of the largest artificial intelligence company in the world. The tech giant is now planning to develop a chatbot similar to that of ChatGPT. So this one happens, the Baidu launches, because Baidu is the largest artificial intelligence company in the world at China, and it recently launches the 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 ChatGPT and 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 artificial intelligence bot. Okay. Then now we are going to discuss about what is Baidu's plan. The Belen Crypto report recently said that Baidu is to launch a ChatGPT like chatbot. Belen Crypto is one of the most popular and the largest cryptocurrency news platforms in the world. Baidu's chat platform will have a conversation style interfaces just like ChatGPT, and the background for this program is Baidu has been investing millions and millions of dollars in this artificial intelligence platform. With this, the company is planning on shifting into a complete technology company and stopping all its online marketing services. In order to stop all its online marketing services and shifting to complete technology, the Baidu Crypto report, as per Baidu Crypto report, the Baidu is going to launch ChatGPT. That's the background for the introduction of or launching about the program ChatGPT. What are the features of this chatbot? As per Baidu's chatbot is to be built on the 𝗂𝗍𝗃 system. 𝗂𝗍𝗃 stands for Electronic Random Number Indicator Equipment. This is 𝗂𝗍𝗃, ERNIE, means Electronic random number indicator equipment. It is a hardware random number generator. It was invented to be used in lotteries and casinos. That's 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 stands for. So, the chatbot is to be built on the 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 system. And ChatGPT, it is a Microsoft product. Today it is at the peak of the success. Apart from Baidu, other Chinese investors are also looking for ways to develop an artificial chatbot just like ChatGPT. This is about ChatGPT and their features. Okay. Now, this is a very important and recent, this question comes under the environmental issues. The International Blue Flag tag is awarded to the beaches that are cleanest and eco-friendly. The 𝗂𝗽𝗱𝗁 beach in Kerala is the only beach to receive this tag. 𝗂𝗃𝗱 is on the 𝗂𝗽𝗱 district of Kerala. A group of scientists will study the sea erosion at 𝗂𝗃𝗱 beach. The study is to be conducted across 3.5 kilometers starting from the 𝗹𝗶𝗃 and ending at 𝗬𝗏𝗻𝗃𝗃. So, a scientific study on sea erosion in 𝗂𝗽𝗱. It happens. Why this study? What is the reason for this study? For over 46 years, the coastal line of 𝗂𝗽𝗱 has been prone to erosion. This was concluded through satellite images. The reason for the erosion are river sand mining and anthropogenic activities such as construction of dams. The sediments in the regions are determined by the estuaries. The erosion in 𝗂𝗽𝗱 beach increased after 2000. Artificial coastal structures were installed. Still, the rate of erosion has been increasing. The fishing harbor construction is also one of the major reasons. Because 𝗂𝗽𝗱 once the blue flag beach, correct? So, about blue flag beach. The tag is presented by a group of organizations and they are also follows. United Nations Environmental Program, International Union for Conservation of Nature, United Nations World Tourism Organization, Foundation for Environmental Education, NGO foundation in Denmark it is. The tag is represented or presented based on 33 parameters. 4 of the major parameters are bathing water quality, management of environmental factors, conservation of the beaches and environmental education. Okay. These are the major parameters. So, they will observe by using 33 parameters and finally, they will award this blue tag beach which scores some maximum marks on it. Okay. And the next one, in COVAX, the first intranasal COVID-19 vaccine. So, everyone knows it about recently the question may comes under the COVID-19 vaccine. There are different methods of vaccine administration, oral, intradermal, subcutaneous and intramuscular. But the Bharat Biotech recently launched intranasal vaccine to treat COVID-19. It is called COVAX. Intranasal means the vaccine is administered through nose. India has approved the vaccine and it is to be administered as a booster dose. So, everyone knows it, Bharat Biotech developed the COVID-19 vaccine. Recently, it develops the intranasal COVID-19 vaccine and this can be used as a booster dose. Okay. So, the booster dose is given to this after using that one. Okay. Now, we are going to discuss about INCO vaccine. What is INCO vaccine? The price of this vaccine is nearly 800 rupees in private hospitals and 325 rupees in government hospitals. 2 doses have been advised. The doses are to be administered within a time gap of 28 days. Adenovirus is the carrier of 𝗂𝗽𝗱, meaning the antigen from the coronavirus is isolated and injected into the adenovirus. This is done to increase the immunity power of the human body. The vaccine is injected into the human body, teach the immune system to fight against the virus. The carrier viruses aid increases this fighting levels. This is a working principle. Actually, the price of this vaccine is 800 rupees in private hospitals and 325 rupees for the government hospitals. And we have and as per the administration suggestions, so we can use 2 doses. 2 doses have been advised, and the time gap between each dose is 28 days. Here how it works means here adenovirus is the carrier of this vaccine, that is 𝗂𝗽𝗱, meaning the antigen from the coronavirus is isolated and injected into the adenovirus. This is done increasing the immunity power of the human body. The vaccine is injected into the human body, teach the immune system to fight against the virus. The carrier viruses aid increase the fighting levels. Okay. So, and what in 𝗂𝗽𝗱 is easy to deliver because no needless it is, syringes are not necessary, needless, no syringes used to administer the vaccine. The vaccine administration requires no skilled professionals is required. Any common man also can administer this vaccine. Who should not take 𝗂𝗽𝗱? So, who are not going to be take 𝗂𝗽𝗱? Means you should not take 𝗂𝗽𝗱 if you have a fever or any kind of allergy. Also, you should not take 𝗂𝗽𝗱 if you are immune compromised, which means if you have AIDS or other diseases here. So, that is the advantage of 𝗂𝗽𝗱, means it is easy to deliver because no need of using any needle or syringe, correct, and it can administer through nozzle vaccine it is, and no need of any skilled professional like any nurse or doctor is not necessary. Even a common man also can administer this vaccine. This is very important. Clear? Okay. So, this is about corona vaccine and novel corona vaccine. These are very, very important. So, now we are going to discuss some more things happens, discoveries concerned to the science and technology in the next episode. Until, thank you.